a stay-at-home dad, watching Disney movies he never had. His daughter digs through all the VHS, crushing the classics in a princess dress. Informed like Scuttle, Kurt's got your ticket, making it real like Jiminy Cricket. Most are off the Captain Hook, but if the Tweedledum, he'll be taking more shots than Bambi's mom. Leaves him raised like Simba, or cracked like the beast dishes. He'll show you a whole new world, you won't need 3 wishes. Stay at home, Disney Dad.
Sportsball Fall Week 3. There's a trailer for the Recess movie that's coming to theaters. That piece of crap was in the theaters? Wow. Trailer for the New Adventures of Cody and something. Totally missed this. They just keep coming. Miracle in Lane 2, Soapbox Derby Racing, and Pooch and the Pauper. There's no way those are real movies. God, I've watched 310 VHS tapes in a row. Never heard of either of those before. Like, there's no way those are real movies. But this has to be one of the last Disney movies that was released on VHS. It looks like 2003. Here we go. Feature presentation, the 13th year. Ches Starbuck is the main actor, and cut it out! Lannis's ex-boyfriend is in this as well. We start with Mermaid. She's holding a baby. This is trying hard to be while trying hard not to be. The start of The Little Mermaid as well, right here. Michael Slovis directed this. Is that the guy from Blossom, like Anthony? I don't know. There's a guy on a fishing boat, and his sonar detects a great big fish nearby, and it's Mom Mermaid, and she puts the fish baby in this like bin on the side of a boat, and I swear I saw her nipple as she reached up. And not in a perverted way, but in a, did I just see that way? I rocked the tape back 5 seconds, and no, she's wearing a bikini top, and I guess I don't know what a nipple looks like. Learn something every day, folks. On another boat, we have Uncle Joey and his blonde wife, and he's like, why did we come here again? She goes, you wanted a fresh start. So, you know, I don't know. I imagine this guy might have had a crazy ex-girlfriend or something. I don't know. Then they hear a baby crying. They go, what's that? Oh, it's just a baby crying. A baby crying! In a moment of just acting brilliance. Caught on film forever, thank God. I refuse, to this day, to believe that this is the guy that made Alanis Morissette lose her mind. Sure enough, the mermaid left the baby in their boat bin, not the fisherman's boat bin. So Mermom watches them take her baby away. She looks like Vanna White, and she may be crying, but I can't tell because she's in water. We go 13 years later, and Merbaby Cody is 13 now. He hears the calling of the water. They all work as a family on this tour boat or something, and they remind us that any interaction with the public sucks. We go to the Marlin swim team, and Cody is late, but Coach is giving the foreshadowing Braveheart speech. Remember, if we win, we can advance to the state finals. And no Marlin swim team has ever made it before to the state finals. Always with the fucking state finals in these movies. Cody's late for qualifiers. Uncle Joey says, the boat is cooked. Not unlike he was cooked when Jagged Little Pill dropped. Cody looks at his watch. It says, I'm cooked if I don't make it to the meet. Cody misses the ferry back to land, but that's not going to stop him. He hops in the water and he swims, and he makes it to the state final qualifiers. Cody makes it there just as the pistol fires. He's in the race, and he's up against this that holds the record, and Cody comes in second to him, but that still means they are going to state finals. Can I just forward this movie to the end where Cody has fins and finally beats this guy at state finals? We get some side story where the token jerk jock with the record is with some girl Sam who kind of likes Cody. And are there jocks in competitive swimming? For real, are there? Imagine being a competitive swimmer and walking around with a f***ing swagger. What do I know? We're back to the pier, and the fisherman who saw the mermom 13 years ago is being heckled by the other fisherman, but he doesn't care. He knows what he saw. Okay, I guess Jerk Jock and the girl Sam are dating. He's the most popular guy in school, even though he's a jerk, and her friends are like, who cares if he's nice? He's super popular, and the writer is just projecting something hard right here. Cody gets hooked up with a dork as a lab partner for their marine biology class. The dork notices that Cody drinks a ton of water, and that's weird. We realize tomorrow is Cody's 13th birthday. We go to the birthday party. The other guy's girl, Sam, watches Cody go inside for another 6 liters of water. She sneaks in to give him her present. It's a picture of her Awesome. She says there's more, but you don't have to open it. And he leans in for a kiss, and I know this is a kid's movie, but technically you do have to open it. The mean guy is at the party, and the nerd lab partner shows up. They heckle this dork, so he just gives the gift to Cody's mom, and he's like, I'm leaving, and he bikes away. Wah, wah. Not cool enough for the swim team. Uncle Joey and his wife tuck Cody into bed and say, now that he's a teenager, everything's going to be different. They toss him the dork's present. They go, oh, you forgot to open one. It's a book, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, so he starts reading it, and then he starts remembering his hot mermom and dreams about her and dreams about him swimming like a merman. He wakes up and his alarm clock shocks him. Didn't understand that. At breakfast, he realizes his hands are sticky, and yeah, welcome to your teenage years, kid. You're not a mermaid, you're just 24/7. The next day, Cody finds Jess, the dork, his lab partner. Jess, is his name Jess? Jesse knows a lot about biology. He says nerds don't have friends. They have hobbies like Dungeons and Dragons or Star Trek. He chose biology. Cody says he needs help passing biology. Dork says he will help him in exchange for something. You can't borrow Sam, little man. No, he wants Cody to teach him to swim. They shake and the dork notices the scales on Cody's hands. Now he's home, locked in the bathroom, washing his hands, and his mom is like, are you okay in there? Mom, he's 13. He locked himself in the bathroom for a while. Leave him alone. The dots connect. We learn that the dork's dad, like the lab partner, Jess's dad, is the fisherman who chased Cody's hot mermom 13 years ago and hasn't given up since. We see a long line of people waiting for Cody to be done at the school water fountain. That's kind of funny. He's always thirsty. He's always drinking water, and he shocks people, and he has a green scaly rash. He says maybe he inherited some weird genetics from his biological parents, and he wants to go to the doctor, but mom won't let him go to the doctor. She doesn't believe in modern medicine, and oh my god, I want a sequel to this set in COVID times. Cody is now on a date with Sam. I guess they broke up. He makes her hair stand up when he holds her hand, and out of nowhere, my daughter asks this question. She took 3 runs at it until I finally tricked her to get it on tape.
What if it's the girl that got him the quote disease?
You think his girlfriend gave him the disease?
Yeah!
I'm just going to ignore the implications of that. Now he's climbing the walls and ceiling like Spider-Man. So they finally do call a doctor. Doctor wants to talk to Cody alone, so his parents leave, and he's diagnosed with puberty. Okay, he's talking to the nerd. He says, does this look like puberty to you? Rashes and calluses on your hand? Yeah, it does. That's puberty. Okay. The dork wants to do some tests on him. The dork obsessed dad. The dork's obsessed dad is lurking around the corner. He knows something's up. The dork is peeling the scales off Cody's hand, and that was really disturbing. It was like when that friend zone guy got descaled in Game of Thrones. This is reverse The Little Mermaid. He needs to be in the water, and the dork tells him he should stay out of water because the water aggravates his condition. We see the dork looking at his dad's mermaid artifact, and I adore this picture. They go into the lore about it, and I have this on a postcard from when I was a kid. He and his dad bond over mermaid talk. Back at home, Cody shows his parents his scales and says, the dork thinks I'm a merman. His parents are like, we found you in our boat. You're not a fish or a merman, but also never go back in the water. He hides around the corner and listens, and it turns out mom and dad do know that he's a merman. And okay, to be fair, that checks out the whole no physicians, no doctors thing. My bad, that makes sense now. I thought his mom was a whack job. Anyway, like reverse male Ariel, he goes into the water and he loves it. He comes out and his woman Sam is waiting for him, and he's being all weird because, he's half mermaid. Now the jerk jock gets it. Cody's face is like, why are you hanging with that dork lab partner? We're the cool guys, are you? We don't hang with dorks. The jerk is all, I'm going to beat you tomorrow at the meet again. And Cody's like, nah, I'm going to beat you. And dork is like, you can't go. You'll turn into a fish. The meet started, and Cody's pretending to be sick at home. Then he sneaks out, and he wins, and he breaks a record. But Fisherman Dad and the jock guy see Cody's scales. Cody uses his electro powers and shocks the scoreboard, make it explode, and the room goes dark as he escapes the pool. And it's like a horror movie now scene. The guy follows Cody into the empty locker room, and Cody's hiding in there, and he's screaming, I saw you, and what you are, and that gold medal is mine. I'm going to find out about you, and then you'll be done for. Cody's back home, and Dave Coulier is using a hairdryer on his arms to try to dry the scales.
Cut it out.
He's trying to get them back to normal, and the dork shows up, and then Sam shows up and sees scales, and she faints. She wakes up and laughs at them because they're trying to tell her He's a merman. Back at school, Jock accuses Cody of using steroids, and they fight in the hallway. Why would you want to fight someone with steroids? Cody is back in the water as a merman and sees his mermom Vanna White has rainbow hands, and they touch hands. And then the crazy fisherman spots her again. He's been waiting for this for like 13 years. Cody pops out of the water and runs away. Things are getting heavy. The nerd has to run and warn Cody that his dad is sending massive nets into the water to get him and his mom. Cody and Sam are wading into the water. Are they going to have underwater mer sex? No! He uses his spidey powers to call his mermom. She pops up and mom is like, "Who's this land bitch, Cody?" Then Cody kneels over with abdominal pain and Sam runs to get Cody's parents. And then Nerd comes and the Nerd's fisherman dad has taken Cody, who's now more mer than man. Mom is hot on their tails. And yeah, that was a mer pun. The Nerd dad is a good guy though. And he caught Cody, but he's keeping Cody wet. He's pouring water on him because he's like a fish. And then he goes to nab Cody's mom. Fisherman sees hot mermom. He leaves Cody and he goes back out to the sea to catch the mermaid and his future wife, he's hoping. I don't know. He uses Cody as bait. He catches her in the net. And then his nerd kid and Cody are panicking. This is his moment now, okay? The nerd who can't swim grabs a knife and he jumps into the water and he's like, "I'm not dead, I can swim." And he starts cutting the net and hot mermom swims free. The fisherman betrayed by his own son. The dork gets his foot caught in the net. And now the dad's inadvertently killing his own son with his Scooby-Doo trap. There's a lot happening. Mermom comes back and saves the dork. Here comes Dave Coulier and the blonde to pull the dork out of the water. The kid's girlfriend, Sam, gives the dork mouth to mouth. It doesn't work, so the merman uses his glowy hands to shock the dork back to life. Dork wakes up and says, "Was I dreaming? Or was your girlfriend kissing me?" They all share a moment, and they look out into the water, and his mermom swims by, and Cody says, "Yes, she's my mom. She's my other mom." And you just know Dave Coulier is thinking about Alanis Moore setting his wife in exchange for that glorious creature. Like, he's standing there watching hot mermom in her bikini top, and you know what he's got. Cody shows everyone his merfins and regular mom. They exchange stares, and land mom is like, "She loves you, Cody. Go, it won't be forever." And suddenly a naked Dave Coulier jumps into the water and starts making out with mermom. I don't know. Just kidding. Cody swims away and his family and his girlfriend stand there like suckers. Cody and his mom underwater hug. Some bad CGI takes over as he jumps the water like Free Willy and then waves goodbye to his land family and swims away, fade to black. And also, poor Sam is like, that really blew up in my face. I wonder if the other jerk jock will take me back. Wikipedia says, the 13th year premiered on Disney Channel on May 15th, 1999. It was Disney Channel's second highest rated film up to that point. A promotional tour for the film took place across a dozen cities during summer of 1999. The film was released in VHS on January 23rd, 2000. Chez Starbuck did little before or after, and this is the best review. Okay, the Post Standard stated that while the film was not as entertaining as the 1984 mermaid film Splash, it has a good pace and a few laughs, although it was noted that Starbuck's stiff performance dampens some of the movie's charm. Imagine this going on TV the same time as Woodstock 99.
That's what I think about.
What do you think?
What we have is a concern about Curtis Anderson. His interviewing style is not the best. His personal appearance is not the best. I was wondering if the man has some kind of a hold over the channel that he's allowed to be employed for so long with the standards of journalism and personal appearance that he has. Thank you.
Okay, Macy.
I'm still Jenny from the block.